Hello guys, and I know you have missed our Russian geography lessons when we learn more about Russian locations based on the destruction of military objects there. And today we will travel to Omsk, Russian city located very far away from Ukraine in Siberia, also known as a huge center of oil production and military complex. Since the times of the Second World War, the city is full with military factories and plants, and one of them was severely damaged yesterday with a fire, a tank and Solntsepek production plant. So let me tell you more about Omsk as a very interesting location with lots of military objects in it, and why more and more people are afraid to work on Russian military plants. My name is Anna, I'm from Ukraine, I'm in Ukraine, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe, demonstrate your solidarity with Ukraine, and see more of Russian evil objects on fire and the Kremlin defeated. Sometime soon we will enjoy discussing this on the channel. And right now we will enjoy our new geography lesson, and the city of Omsk is located far away from the front lines, deep inside the Russian area, and actually previously it was inhabited by Kazakhs, who are indigenous peoples of these lands, later severely substituted by Russians. At this moment, Omsk is a big city and industrial center of the dying Russian Empire and has more than 1 million population. Of course, they don't care about ecology and produce lots of heavy and bad things there. Actually, Omsk was already visited by Ukrainian drones in August when they set on fire one of its oil refineries. But this time we don't know what was the reason for the fire on the military plant, but personally I don't care as long as these objects suffer. So, Solntsepeks are a kind of Russian military machine that is used for missiles, for firing, and the plant was working for the production of this Solntsepek, which can literally be translated as a sunburnt or something. And this plant is also known for the production of tanks. Of course, Russians cannot make lots of them, and quite often when reporting 1,000 of new tanks per year, they actually count the old ones that they have taken out of museums, streets, because, you know, in Russia they often put tanks as monuments, which is insane. But even these corruption cases that were recently in the attention of Russian media when Putin began purges in Shoigu's circles demonstrated that typically they produce like 100 of new tanks per year, and then they pretend that 9 other hundreds are new, when in reality these are old, rusty Soviet machines that may not be driving at all. But anyway, some of the tanks were still produced at that Omsk plant, but perhaps the work is very seriously interfered by a fire. Someone smoked again. Maybe that's sabotage. Yesterday we discussed that on the channel. Maybe these are, I don't know, aliens targeting evil Russian objects, or maybe it is work of Ukrainian agents. We will find that out. But the most important thing to learn from this news is actually that the plant was on fire and is not working properly. Subscribe to see Russia defeated and to learn more about how to protect yourself from Russian propaganda and fake narratives. Because one of these fake messages that Russia is invincible, that they have the second strongest army in Ukraine. Oh yeah, I've said it right. Like, they wanted to pretend they have the second strongest army in the world, but it turned out they have the second strongest army in Ukraine. So it's so important when making your decisions, when thinking about this war, about the future world, to keep in mind that Russia is all fake, and all of its success, all of its production, all of its economy is just a bubble that they demonstrate to others, hiding their own misery with explanations that these are foreign countries, these are NATO, and so on. It is actually insane how Putin reacts to this possible way that Ukraine will be allowed to strike deeper inside Russia, with a threat that this will be a confrontation with the West. But actually, he is constantly speaking that he is at war with the West, that he is at war with NATO, that Ukraine is undefeated. So he actually contradicts himself. But let's get back to this Omsk military plant on fire. One of the beautiful details is that this plant was sanctioned literally by all countries of the democratic world, starting with the European Union countries, with the United States, Canada, Japan, Switzerland, Ukraine, of course, and many more. But as an attentive Ukrainian, as an observer, I may tell you that the best way to sanction Russia is actually destroy its military plants, its oil refineries, its military airfields, and one of my favorite targets is their ammunition warehouses, because they detonate for days. They repeat this message to Russian population: you better stop. And of course, we save lives of innocent people with that by destroying their ammunition. And that's why we continue asking, let Ukraine strike back. Let us defeat Russia. Stop being afraid of that. Actually, we need that defeat to illustrate to other authoritarian bullies that no, you cannot underestimate international agreements, cooperation between democratic countries. You cannot violate international laws and do whatever you want because you are territorially bigger or you have nuclear weapons. Just imagine if Russia gets what they want, what kind of precedent this will be for other crazy regimes. And unfortunately, there are enough of them on this planet to cause us lots and lots of troubles. But I know you know, the only thing I'm asking, please share the videos that you like on your social media platforms and help us inform the world. First of all, about the fact that Russia can be defeated, Russia will be defeated, but most importantly, that they don't have to be afraid of that. And to make Ukrainian army stronger, tomorrow with insanely beautiful team of YouTubers and other activists who support Ukraine, we are going to be live on the channel of European Resilience Initiative Center, and I'm really happy to be there. 8 p.m. Kyiv time. The link is in my community tab, so please remember to join me tomorrow and help support Ukrainian armed forces. I'm honored to be with Jake Bro, Operator Starsky, and many beautiful people. Subscribe to my Instagram, X, Threads, and Discord. I'm active there and share my everyday life and some observations, and whenever I'm angry, I'm always expressing my thoughts on X and Threads. Also, we have a beautiful merch shop with lots of items that work well as reminders and conversation starters about Ukraine, so you can find it in the link in the description of this video, same as my social media pages. Be careful of scammers. I never invite you to chat. There are no fan cards, no lotteries. We are a different kind of community. I'm sure you can feel that. Thank you for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons and sponsors of the channel. It's an honor to have you in my life and to be able to do more. I'm very grateful. But most importantly, thank you for standing with us in these challenging times, and I'm sure together we will win, and we will discuss this on the channel. So subscribe if you're new. Slava Ukraini!